everyone, I'm Kim with Kim's Gifts and Decor. How's everyone doing today? Good, I hope. Let me just make sure my ringer's off. Make sure my comments are here. So I hope everyone's having a great Thursday. I started prepping some stuff, so I wanted to get a lot done today. But you know how that goes. No matter how much you try to get done, you never finish what you want to do, right? I am doing a couple of the small basket insert holders that I prepped, and I'm going to do, I had a request for the strawberries, because I'm doing the berry, here's the berry, the small berry basket. So I am going to do the strawberries insert as well. And then I am gonna finish up that I started the house for the inserts. Hey Sam, hey Linda. And then the reversible mug. Thank you for sprinkling, I really appreciate it. So I've got like 3 or 4 things here going at once. Tried starting to prep so we can get some of this done. And yeah, that's where we stand. So my mug, I am doing 2-sided. The one side I'm going to do with lace, so I did that white. And then the other side I did gray. The gray I used was Apple Barrel Granite Gray. It's just a light gray. And I did that, and that's drying. My apple basket itself, I wanted to do a gray as well, so I'm using that Apple Barrel Granite Gray as well for this. And I usually, most of my things on the back, yeah, that one, good one to pick. Most of them on the back, I finish like a wood. But the cup I'm doing reversible, and the cup mug, and then the the berry basket, I am gonna do a color as well. So I don't always, but sometimes I do. And I decided I was gonna do that. So we're doing those. And again, this is that granite gray. How's everyone doing today? Good, I hope. We've had a full day of wonderful designers. And hopefully, let me go through gotta spooge it there, always. Shelby started us off from 5 to 7 for the 3rd time. I know everybody's been on today. But we try to all support each other as well, too, so. It's great seeing everyone over and over. It's like big family, one big family. But Shelby started us off this morning from 5 to 7 with Designs by T-Rex. Then at 7 o'clock was Carly with Crafty and Chaos with Carly. 8 o'clock was Ginger with Glitzy Creations by Ginger. And it is so funny, she did the salt and pepper shakers. I actually bought material and I was going to do those. So I'm glad I didn't. So I opted to do wood again. And last week I didn't do wood, so kind of change it up. So I did the mugs. And I like her assembly line that she's going to do as well. And I have those eggs from Cracker Barrel. Although today I have 2 bunnies that I was going to do from Michael's. So I'm going to do those. And I made a big mistake. I bought some fabric from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to make, she did her lengths 14, 15 inches. And I'm going to do mine 12. Well, I bought a 1/4 yard of a couple different materials to use. And the pattern on the material goes the wrong way. So then I had to go back and get a 1/3 yard so that I had the pattern going the right way. So I really messed that one up. So look at the pattern of your material, hence learn from my mistake, and look at the pattern of your material and make sure you have enough for the way you want to go. So, yeah. Let's see this. Yep, that side's done. I'm trying to figure out where I am here. I'm all discombobulated with all these things going on. After Ginger, it was Rebecca with Purple Dreamer Creations. And that was at 9 o'clock. At 10 a.m. was Jan Ann with Uniquely Chic by Jan Ann. Let me put you down some. You sure as heck don't need to see my face. Let's see what I'm doing. Uniquely Chic by Jan Ann. And then Cece was on at 11 with Dragonflies and Hearts. Then Janine was on at 12 o'clock with Georgia Morning Glories. At 1 o'clock was Teresa with Flowertown Crafts. I don't know. I don't do that much with fabric, Sam, so I don't know. I don't know. But it's got bunnies on it. 2 different kind of fabrics with bunnies, so we'll see. I was thinking about maybe Mod Podging with it, because you can Mod Podge with it, can't you? Yeah, so Teresa was up at 1 o'clock with Flowertown Crafts. Catherine was on at 2 o'clock with Down a Flagstone Path. 3 o'clock was Debbie with Paper Sweeties. Right before me was Mrs. P, Pam, Crafting with Mrs. P. After me is Sam with Kome's Crafting Corner. 7 o'clock, I haven't heard anything yet. Hey, Janine, thank you for sprinkling. I haven't heard anything yet, so I hope everything is well, and Jenny will be on with Colossal Creations. 8 o'clock is Raymond with the Evercrafter, and then 9 o'clock is Susan with Once Upon a Wreath. Decoupage with it. Yeah, I'm nervous about that. That's a lot thicker than tissue paper and napkins. So for my strawberries here, my base color, I'm using Deco Art Americana True Red. So we're going to do that. And there's just the 3 of them here. But it'll probably need 2 coats as well. And I love this little berry basket. It is so cute. And I have so many different fruits, which I'm liking for my tiered trays because then I can keep switching it out with all the different themes. So, hey Brenda, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. If I missed anybody, I'm trying to do 30 things at once. You know how that goes. And I'm trying to craft and you can't see all the comments. And so I apologize if I miss anybody. So we're going to let that True Red dry on our strawberries. Thicker and sturdier. Sam, do you do the Mod Podge on the outside of the fabric too then, or just the inside? If I was to use fabric to do that. Then I've got, this looks good. See, I've got 2 sides coated here, the front and the back then with that granite gray. And I've got this. Now my berries thing here, my leaves for where my berries are going to go in, I'm going to do that a little bit darker than my strawberry stems here. The leaves in the background, I'm going to do Clover Truffle by Folk Art. More, it reminds me of like almost kind of like an army green. Hey Rebecca, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. And I did choose 2 different greens for the strawberry leaves as well because they're right on top of each other too. So it's another reason. But so I wanted them to be a little bit different colors. Hey, Marianne, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Just underneath. Yes, I only do the iron method. So it would be just underneath. Same way. Okay. Well, I'm going to try it on something. I have some, actually, I have some of those 4-inch houses I may try it with then. 5-inch houses, I'm sorry. The 5-inch houses of the wood houses, I might try that on then. Thank you. It looks like, yeah, no, okay. I didn't know if there was a piece of wood that should have been popped out, but no. So we got that there. Then on my very tops, I'm going to use Classic Green. And I like Classic Green for my leaves. That's what I have in the tulips. See, you were thinking a house too. We read each other's minds. And that's what I have on the carrots and then the daffodils. So that's this classic green here in the folk art. Yeah, I think I'll do a house with it, Sam, for sure. And these are going to be for the strawberry tops. So we're going to put these over here. And fancy it up a little bit. So how's everybody's Thursday? Hey Carly, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. We're doing some small basket insert holders and the strawberry basket insert. I did have a request for the strawberry one today. So that's what we're doing. And if anybody ever has a request from something I'm selling or whatnot and you want to see it painted, please reach out and let me know. I haven't seen Albert on here yet. Has Albert been on here yet? I had a question for him. Nope, not yet. Not yet. I love your hat you did, Carly. That is adorable. I'm going to put a second coat of the True Red on the strawberries. And then we'll be done with those. At least with the red. Hey, Mrs. P, how are you? Thank you, Linda. Good luck with your tests on Monday. Continued prayers. I hope they don't find anything new for you as well. Continued prayers. And I know you will, but please keep us all posted. We're going to do another coat of this green. Classic green. No, green truffle. This is green truffle here, which will be the second coat on here. And while I have my gray, before I forget, because I am going to speckle, on the other side, and we're going to have these on the basket tops that go here. The other side, you're going to see a little bit of each of the bare wood. So just kind of remember to do just a little bit of the gray on the center here, on the inside, just so you don't see that bare wood when you put it together. There. So we've got that. We'll do the second on the classic green for the strawberry tops. I almost dipped it in the wrong green on my plate here. Now. Now, I am going to splatter, so I wanted to make sure that was dry. I'm going to splatter the basket front. The insert, this little square piece here, is the little piece that goes in here in the basket. I'm going to splatter that. The two tops pieces. My strawberries. Hey, Holly, how are you? And my strawberry tops as well. So I am going to splatter all of those. Let me make sure that's it, and everything else is out of the way. I am not splattering my leaves. for the strawberry base there itself. So I'm going to put that to the side. Get all this out of the way. And then I have my handy dandy husband's toothbrush. Not really, but that's what we say. And then I'm going to dip it. A little bit of water first. Hey, Michelle, how are you? And then we're going to splatter, splatter. Put it in here and then just flick it with your thumb. Maybe today. It's not working right today. Here we go. Just a little bit. Whoa, that was a big chunk there. And then your wipe will wipe, realistically, wipe that huge chunk off in case you do have a big chunk. You can do it with a toothbrush, you can do it with a paintbrush, however. So just to give it a little bit of dimension here. Here we go. That's better. And then on here, we got a huge chunkaroo there. We're going to get that off and go over it. Reload. And I always say I'm going to bring gloves in here. Thank you for sprinkling, Pamela. Hey, Tina, how are you? And then we got up here, we got a few. And then we're going to put that in there. Then we're going to take my wipes. Hey, Kathleen. Welcome, welcome. I think I have more white paint on my hands than I do on my project. Clean up my hands here. And I do not like how this came out here. I had to do this here. So I'm going to put a little bit, we're going to doctor here. We're going to play doctor here a little bit. We're going to do this. We're going to dry it, and we're going to splatter just a little bit more on there. Aw, thank you. All right. So again, we'll just put a few more splatters in here. This is not working today. Here we go. One of them days, y'all. One of them days. Okay, now we can clean my hands again. Again. I need to remember to bring the gloves in my craft room. Better white though than brown, because brown is, you have a heck of a time trying to get that off your fingers. The one day it was all under my nails. I'm like, really honest, I went to the post office, I couldn't get it all off, and if I do dishes or something, I can get it out from under my nails with my nails being longer. But I didn't have time after my live. I had to go to the post office right away. And the lady at the post office was looking at me like, lady, when's the last time you took a shower? Because your fingernails are filthy. I just wanted to say, really, it's from crafting. It really is. I shower every day. So we've got that. Now, I forgot to pull a lighter green. Let's see what we got on my handy dandy spinner here. like apple tart. We're going to go with apple tart to highlight with. Now, on my basket itself, you can do the back with splatter if you want to. I'm not going to, but you can. It's just the back. I don't like raw paint. And I didn't want to do it the wood look on the back of this. So I am going to highlight with, this was on clearance for 49 cents at Hobby Lobby last week. It is Colonial Blue by Deco Art Americana, but it's almost like a, let me get a new plate. It's almost like a darker gray. Let me give it a new plate. It's almost like a darker gray. So I am going to use that to highlight. There we go. See, to me it looks like it's just a darker gray. So that's what I'm going to use with my finger daubers here. And then we have, I'm going to shake up my apple tart by Craft Smart. Hey Michelle, how are you? I did not see you come in. Well, thank you for saying hi. Were you wondering why I didn't say hi to you? You were sneaking. I think you were just stalking so people couldn't see that you came in. But thank you for saying hi. So the first thing we're going to do is this Colonial Blue from Deco Art, which again reminds me, it's like a gray with maybe like a bluish tint to it. So we're going to go around the edges, along the bottom, and I am going to do both sides. You really don't need to up here because the top is going to be there. I'm going to get in by my openings here, by the holes. And if you get too much on, you can use the baby wipe real quick just to make it a little less. And then we've got this side. You can use a baby wipe, you can use a paintbrush. There's many ways you can highlight the edges here. Lurker, that's right, she's a lurker. And you've got like your shadow here. I am going to go under this ledge right here, only because that's where that lip is going for a little bit of a shadow. And then I am going to do both edges with this too. And then we've got the bottom. And then the other one. Figure we're starting with Are you talking about tomorrow, guys? Because I'm all sorts of confused. I hope you are, because then that means I missed something. And then the back of the mug where it's gray, I'm going to do the same thing with that Colonial Blue. to highlight it there as well. And then I have the little lace, because I'm doing, with the mug, I'm doing lace on one side and plain on the other. That way I'm making it reversible. So I'm highlighting the lace as well. And I love these finger dauber, guys. I get them from Hobby Lobby. They are in where the inks and the stampers are, down that aisle. They even have one on a handle. And the pads are changeable on it as well. Like I said, I used to do the baby wipe, but I seem to have gotten it where it was wet. I seem to have taken more off than I was putting on sometimes. So this seems to work out well for me. And then this is the base of the mug for the other side, where the white side where I'm putting the gray and the lace. Ah, Michelle is your guest designer for tomorrow. Yay! Well, congratulations, Michelle. That's exciting. So we've got that there. Then on this guy here with, now this is going to go in the back of here so you can see the color. I'm going to dry brush it a little bit. With a stiff brush, just so you can see it through the holes a little. That's so exciting. You guys all have 1.5-hour spots now, right? So I've got that there. At least I didn't miss something here. I was all sorts of confused, y'all, but it doesn't take me much. Definitely does not take me much. Alrighty. So, put that in there. Now on my edges, I'm going to do a new finger dauber, and this is where I'm doing the apple tart on a little bit of the edges of the strawberry leaves themselves to offset that classic green a little bit. Oh, you do an hour, but everyone else does an 1.5 hours? But because of your work? Well, at least you're still able to participate, Sam. Darn work, that adulting, you know? Got to do that adult stuff. So we got there, and see how it just highlights it a little bit? The edges. You could even do it with white if you needed to or wanted to. But I do my dots and dashes with white, so I kind of wanted to do a secondary green, which is technically a third green because I have a different green for the leaves. And I am going to take this apple tart and I'm going to highlight the leaves on the basket insert as well. I've got that there. And then I've got my basket insert here. You're going to get carried away and want to finish the project, Michelle. Sometimes you get excited and just want to see it finished. So we've got this here. A lot of times when I'm done, I have this paint left over, and I hate wasting paint. So then I bring out another project, and like last time I finished the daffodils the last time I did a wood project because I had all this paint, and you don't really want to waste it, you know. So we've got this here. Now we're going to start gluing this together a little on the white. On the white side, I am that light gray, which is that granite gray that we did originally. I'm going to highlight a little bit around the white as well. Because, you know, even though it's white, you do have shadows on things. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's a little better. And then I have my little piece here for the bottom. Do I know you well and spy on you? No, I don't purposely spy on anybody. Sometimes I have it on my Facebook and I don't necessarily click in it. So if you call that spying, I guess. I don't purposely spy, no. No, 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 no. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this on here. I like using Loctite super glue. Hey Raymond, how are you? Thanks for joining. Can't wait to see what you're making tonight. And y'all, this doesn't go on here. Now I gotta get it off. There we go. Alrighty then. This goes on my basket here. See what happens when I have 30 projects going at once? Didn't line up right. One of them days. And then this is the other side. You're doing a centerpiece tonight. Oh, how nice. Can't wait to see. There we go. Now the front part has my spackling, okay, my splattering. So then we've got this on the back. Let's see which way we want to put it. I'm going to put it so we're going to put this behind it here. And this mainly just hides the holes so you don't see through on your berry basket. Okay, now that we've got that, now I can do my mug. That looks a little better. So the white ones go on the mug. I knew it didn't look right. Just didn't line up. And look, see what I mean about the white? Clear? The white? It's going to drive me crazy, so I got to cover that up, y'all. I hate bare wood. That's a personal OCD thing. And then the same thing with this side. And then we've got these. Are you to Michelle? Michelle, put the project down and walk away. Don't do too much. There. There we go. Now, the gray side is going to stay like this. The white side is where I'm putting my lace. And you don't have to do lace. You can leave both sides plain if you want to. You do you. But I am going to do one side lace and then one side plain white. Ooh. Oh, my dogs are saying hi, just like Pam's Bubba. The dogs next door are barking. So this goes right up under this one here. And then we've got this one to line up right at the bottom of the handle. Right there. And then we have this gray base piece. Oh no! Hey Christy, how are you? Now it's too cold to take the kids out? Bummer. That's not good. And then we have the white with the gray on this side. yay, my super glue. Just went all through there, yay. All right. I am going to edge in black. And I did do some of the edging before on the mug, but the outside of it will have to be done after I put it together. But if I wait to do this till after I glue it on, I'll have to come in from the front, and I usually always make a mistake, and then I have to fix it. Rain is oh no, that's not good. Did you tell the kids you were planning on doing that already, Michelle? Or do they not know? So they're not very disappointed. Pam, your little chocolate bar is coming out so cute. I love how you showed everyone how to do that ruffle too without a mold. That was so funny with the teeth and the beaver. That's something my husband would say. And then I'd get mad at him. But yet I asked. Oh, how you wish you didn't have to. I know, Janine. You've been, with Laura being gone because of her dad dying, you've been busy working all week. You didn't even sell yesterday because you were working. I'm sure you are pooped. I'd probably be in bed already if I were you, Janine. I didn't know you were still here. You're quiet. Yeah, we've got that. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh my, it's one of those days today, y'all. It's one of those days. So, we got this one first in the middle. And these really go on here, huh? Yeah. Not like that other thing I was doing. So we got this one. Uh-oh. Now I gotta try to figure out tops. Are they all the same? Nope, this one goes here. You've been watching, you've been stalking, Janine. You barely had time to craft today? What have you been doing all day, Janine? Uh-oh, I forgot to do the black on these strawberries, y'all. laundry picking up supply. Yeah, you have to go back to see little Danny tomorrow, don't you? That's exciting, though. Very, very exciting. Black. Now I'm just going to take a brush, small brush, use the tip, and just make my seeds. Put the top down and just kind of press. That way I'm not trying to fill in all these little areas, and it makes it a lot easier. So you've got your rounded tip there, and then you just kind of press down. And I do redip every time, just so there's enough paint. You woke up having one of those days. Oh no. There we go. And we will let that dry. And then we have our dots and dashes we have to do, y'all. Look at how nice those strawberry seeds came out doing it that way with just the tip of the marker. Big difference. So again, after me is Sam with Come's Crafting Corner. Then there's Jenny with Colossal Creations. And like I said, I haven't heard anything from her, so I think she's going to be on. Then 8 o'clock is Raymond, the Evercrafter. And then there is Susan with Once Upon a Wreath at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Janine. I love this new berry basket, and we've got all these berry stuff for it. So we've got our dots and dashes here. Thank you, Rebecca. I have paint on me. I think I need a new one. I think I need a new one. I will post pictures on my page of my tassels, though. My salt and pepper. The bunny tassels that I'm was going to do for today that I'm going to do on my own. Oh, the other thing is $1 a quart. There's a little tag that goes on here as well. And I have baker's twine. I'm going to put that on there with that as well. We've got this one here. We've got this here. Now you have the hiccups. Oh, Michelle, you poor thing. You can't win. How'd I know that was going to happen? I put my finger in that wet stuff. Not good. So we have our strawberry insert. Thank you. Then we have our cup. Oh, my husband's home. The dogs are going to go crazy now. And then we've got our dots and dashes on the cup. Oh, okay, we have our dots and dashes on the cup. And then we have our berry basket. The only thing I did not do are the bases on them. The bases I'm just going to stain like they are wooden. So we've got this one for the berry base, and I'm just going to take the wood stain and do it on that, do my highlights. So we have the berries with the berry carton. Plug one. I have to read the rest of that, y'all. And then we have the cup as well. We've got the cup. And we have the cup, and I'm just going to do the base in burnt umber. And then we have the gray on the back, and I do need to do my dots and dashes on this one. Just a little bit there. And then so then this is my little, here's the side with the lace. And then if we wanted, here is the plain gray side. And then we have our berry thing. The only thing I do need to put on, there we go, is my little dollar quart tag. Little thing. So I will see everyone up next with Sam with Kome's Crafting Corner. And thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Janine. Y'all have a good evening and have a great weekend. I'll post pictures of these when they're done. But thank y'all. Have a good one. Bye. Bye, guys. Thanks.